Alright, hello, welcome to Random Acts of Carving. Today I'm going to be working on a little piece of driftwood. A friend of mine made a trip to Oregon not too long ago, and he just happened to find a little piece of driftwood he thought I might like to carve on, so he picked it up and brought it back here for me. And so I'm going to use this piece of wood and make a little harbor seal and give it back to him. So yeah, we're going to see if we can turn this guy into a little seal, see what happens. Here we go. Alright, and we're carving away at this thing. Just starting out here, this is going to be a little harbor seal. I think this is it's not really a baby harbor seal, it's more of like a juvenile, so it's not super fat. But he's a little chubby. I started carving his face in the first time here. I had him, I set him down on there's an obvious flat side to this wood, so I set him down on the flat side of the wood, and he was looking on, looking down at the ground pretty good. So I kind of erased his nose and face and started over again. I think this was I think I skipped over the first part and then just went to carving his face the second time. But yeah, this flame bit worked pretty well for roughing this guy out. This was a really old piece of wood. It had a lot of rings on it. The rings were really tight together. It was somewhere dry where this tree grew. However, it landed up on the beach in Oregon, I have no idea, but that's where it came from, and we're just cleaning it up. Harbor seals didn't really have any big long legs to worry about or anything like that, so it's just kind of a blob with fins and a head. If you want a easy carving to start with, these ones are relatively easy. This was a really nice solid piece of wood too. There was a little hole right underneath of his head right there. It was like a little broke off piece down inside there. It wasn't really rotten, it was just broke off down in there. I just carved it, just pretended that wood was there and just carved away, and then it worked out pretty well where it was. It wasn't noticeable whenever the carving's just sitting flat. I was carving this little guy on evenings, and this was the first evening here I worked on it, maybe an hour or so, and got it pretty well roughed out. Ran out of sunlight for the camera, so I shut it off and came back to it the next day. And whenever I started on it the second day, sometimes if you leave a carving set for a day or so and you go back and look at it, you can see obvious stuff on it. And he was still pretty fat, so I back and had to shave him down a little bit. I think this was the first seal that I had carved. Don't remember carving any other ones. A little bit like carving a dog snout, similar to that, or an otter. I've done an otter before. It was pretty similar to that one. Here's where I come back on the second day and took that burr again and just went back over and shaved a bunch off of there to skinny him up a little bit. And just took the sanding drum and sanded the scratches back out of the wood from the burr. Not a lot of painting on this one, just doing his eyes and a little bit around his whiskers there, and I added a little bit of gray, but you could see he already had a lot of gray right in him. I added a little bit to his fins and his face and darkened up the creases there a little bit. That's all he needed. He looked pretty good. I just put a coat of tongue oil on him to seal him up. And there he is. Alright, well, I got my little seal done here. That thing turned out pretty cool. Like I said, this was from the coast of Oregon, and I put the date and the place where he was picked up, and made a little seal out of him. Looks pretty cool, and I think the person I'm giving it to will like it. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment if you will, and thanks for watching.